Ready to discuss some literature? This book, Crime and Punishment, explores the psychological and moral dilemmas of a young man named Raskolnikov who commits a crime and faces the consequences. It's a classic novel by Fyodor Dostoevsky, first published in 1866.
Absolutely. It's a fascinating exploration of guilt, morality, and redemption. Raskolnikov, a former student, is living in extreme poverty and isolation in St. Petersburg. He develops a theory that extraordinary individuals are above the law and can commit crimes for the greater good.
That's a dangerous theory. And it leads him to commit a terrible crime, doesn't it?
Yes. He murders an old pawnbroker, Alyona Ivanovna, and her sister, Lisaveta, believing that their money can be used to help others. However, instead of finding relief, he descends into a deep psychological torment.
It's interesting how Dostoevsky delves into Raskolnikov's mind, showing us his internal struggles and justifications for the crime.
Exactly. We see his internal conflict between his intellectual pride and his moral conscience. He tries to rationalize his actions, but the guilt and paranoia consume him.
The book also paints a vivid picture of 19th century Russia with its poverty, social inequality, and intellectual ferment.
That's right. The setting plays a crucial role in the story. The oppressive atmosphere of St. Petersburg mirrors Raskolnikov's internal turmoil.
Raskolnikov's interactions with other characters are also quite significant.
Definitely. His encounters with the investigator, Porfiry Petrovich, are particularly interesting. Porfiry engages Raskolnikov in psychological games, trying to break down his defenses and get him to confess.
And then there's Sonia Marmeladov, a young woman forced into prostitution to support her family.
Sonia is a symbol of compassion and sacrifice. She becomes Raskolnikov's confidant and offers him a path to redemption through suffering and faith.
The book also touches upon themes of alienation, nihilism, and the search for meaning in a seemingly meaningless world.
Those are all important themes. Raskolnikov's alienation from society and his nihilistic beliefs contribute to his downfall. However, through his interactions with Sonia and his eventual confession, he begins to find a new sense of purpose and meaning.
It's a complex and thought-provoking novel that raises questions about morality, justice, and the human condition.
Absolutely. It's a book that stays with you long after you've finished reading it. Dostoevsky's exploration of the human psyche is truly remarkable.
One of the things that struck me was the way Dostoevsky portrays the psychological consequences of crime. Raskolnikov's guilt and paranoia are almost palpable.
That's one of the strengths of the novel. Dostoevsky doesn't just focus on the external events of the crime, but also on the internal turmoil that follows. We see how Raskolnikov's actions have a ripple effect on his relationships and his mental state.
The book also has a strong religious undertone with themes of sin, repentance, and redemption.
That's true. Sonia's faith plays a crucial role in Raskolnikov's journey towards redemption. She encourages him to confess his crime and seek forgiveness, not just from the law, but also from God.
It's interesting how Raskolnikov's punishment is not just legal, but also psychological and spiritual.
Exactly. His imprisonment in Siberia is just one aspect of his punishment. The real punishment is the internal torment he experiences, the guilt and remorse that eat away at him.
The book also offers a critique of the social and economic conditions of 19th century Russia.
That's an important aspect of the novel. Dostoevsky shows us the poverty, inequality, and injustice that can lead individuals to desperate measures. Raskolnikov's crime is not just an individual act, but also a reflection of the society he lives in.
It's a book that has resonated with readers for over a century and continues to be relevant today.
Definitely. Its themes of guilt, morality, and redemption are universal and timeless. It's a book that challenges us to think about our own beliefs and actions.
And that's all for now. Thanks for this insightful discussion.